One of the questions I get asked most often about my job as pastor of Brentwood Baptist Church is, gee, Mike, what do you do the rest of the week? You only work on Sunday, so what happens for Monday through Friday, say? Well, obviously, there's a lot that goes on during the week, but one of the most important things I do as pastor is pray for the church. One of the things that we forget in the craziness of our society and in the new CEO expectations of pastors is that the most important thing a pastor can do is pray for his church. In his book, Life Together, Dietrich Bonhoeffer says that a pastor has no right to complain to God about his people because God knows the kind of people that they are, and that's why God sent you to be their pastor. But if you stand in the presence of God and become the adversary, the accuser, then you have abdicated the role of intercessor. And there's no one left who would speak good things about your people in the presence of God. You have actually become an enemy of Christ in the presence of God. So one of the most important things we can do is pray for our church. Now, that was impressed on me when I was reading through the book of Exodus, and I noticed how the ephod, the tunic that Aaron was to wear when he was priest, was described in the 28th chapter. In there are two precious stones that are engraved with the names of the tribes of Israel, and the writer of Exodus puts this little editorial comment in there that this is done so that when Aaron stands before the Lord, that the names of the sons of Israel are always before the Lord. That kind of hit me. I knew I needed to do something with it, so I had a meeting with my administrative assistant, Diane Mayfield, and we came up with this idea where I will pray through the church every year. So every day I come into my office and I'll get one of these postcards that is addressed to each member of my church. And over the course of the year, I will pray for 30 or 40 a day, and I will pray for the entire church membership. I can't tell you the number of times that people have come up to and told me, hey, Mike, how did you know what was going on in my life? Only to find out something significant had happened. They had gone home and reached in the mailbox to find the card that I had been praying for them on the day that it was tough for them. Well, obviously there was no way for me to know. God in his timing knew when to get the card there. Now, I've had this happen enough to know that this is a lot more than mere coincidence. So, one of the great things that I get to do is pray for the church, every member, several times during the day. Listen, if you love people, you pray for them. You pray for them a lot. Parents pray for children, children pray for parents, husbands pray for wives, wives pray for husbands, friends pray for each other. That's one of the ways that love is expressed. In fact, Jesus said there's some things in life that can only be handled through a lot of prayer. Paul reminds us that sometimes our enemy is more than mere flesh and blood, and prayer is the only weapon we have. So, if you love somebody, like I, as pastor, love this church, pray for them. If you love them, you'll pray for them.